Boundaries are for you, not them. Alright, so this is a holy grail hack for anyone who struggles or has struggled with people pleasing in the past. I did this exercise once several months ago. I made a video about it on my TikTok account, but I wanted to share it to any subscribers who are not following my content on TikTok. The exercise is this. I drafted a contract, pretty much a legal terms of service with myself, basically outlining all of the things I would no longer be allowing in my reality, I would no longer be taking part in, and I would no longer be complicit in. I would no longer be taking part in my own harm. I would no longer be taking part in my own disrespect or dismissal. I would no longer be engaging in situations that were not of the highest good and were not aligned with the goals and intentions that I've set for myself. You have to take yourself seriously. You have to take yourself seriously, because if you do not take yourself seriously, other people will not take you seriously. Other people will waste your time. Other people will treat you like shit. I learned this the hard way, many years, trying to get away with these cheap tricks. Those cheap tricks were really just cheapening the quality of my life. I drafted a contract with myself because I needed to have it on file in my subconscious mind. And I wrote it all out. I signed it like all professional like. And the contract is, as stands, an agreement between me and myself. So that means like breaking any other pre-existing decisions or agreements that you've made with other people or other activities or other things that are diminishing the quality of your life or leeching off of your life force energy. For example, toxic relationships. Your peace and happiness must be your first priority. And ultimately, that's what this exercise is about. Do not beat yourself up over things you can't control, like other people's perceptions of you, for instance. Do not value other people's thoughts and feelings more than you value your own thoughts and feelings. And I'm not saying disregard other people and don't be empathetic to other people's situations, but if what they're doing is requiring you to abandon yourself, if validating their experience comes at the cost of your relationship with yourself, that relationship is not compatible with you. If your needs and desires have to be sacrificed in order to validate someone else's reality, that situation is not compatible with you, and that is not healthy for you, period. This was a really helpful exercise for me to help me just cut all of the lingering bullshits and doubts that my subconscious mind still had about whether or not I'd be able to stick up for myself when shit really hit the fan, whether or not I'd be able to have my own back and advocate for myself when push came to shove. I would have these dreams about situations that have happened in the past where I was like not able, I just felt like suspended in very shameful emotions and not feeling like I could actually just walk away from those experiences because I was too concerned with the story that someone else might assign to that situation. Do not hold more highly someone else's perception of you or the potential of them misperceiving you more than you value your own. Because when push comes to shove, you are the only one that you can count on, and you need to be able to count on yourself, because the worst feeling ever is the feeling of self-abandonment. When the one person who's supposed to have your back doesn't have your back. When you have a habit of beating yourself up, your inner monologue is your worst enemy and is your biggest bully. You are not able to trust yourself. You're not able to rely upon yourself to protect you and advocate for you when shit really hits the fan. And that was my problem. I would sit in situations for far too long and listen to people like just drilling into me, projecting and saying things that I was not supposed to be hearing. And all that stuff is just toxic to your soul. Actually, it is proven your body can distinguish between truth and falsehood. So when you sit in an environment and someone is spouting lies at you, telling you that you're worthless, telling you that you're trash, telling you that it's all your fault and it's just not, you have to learn how to just shut your mind off, just stand up like a robot, just get up and walk out the door. And that was a part of the contract that I drafted to myself, is I will no longer sit in any environment that is toxic to my overall well-being, and I will not validate another individual's reality at the cost of my relationship with myself, because at the end of the day, I have to know that I have my back. That's more important than anything else, because if I don't have my back, I can't be sure that anyone else will. How you treat yourself is how other people are going to treat you. I'm just saying this because I want people to know they have other options, to not be defaulting back to the same programs just because they simply don't have a better way of doing things, because that's what's going to happen. When you don't have a better way of doing things, you default back to the known. That's all I really had to say for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope it was helpful.